Hey guys, and welcome back to No Man's Sky. My name is SurvivalBob, and I saw something really interesting on Twitter today that I wanted to share with you guys. This got me super excited about the future of No Man's Sky, what Hello Games has planned for it in 2022, and just really wanted to share it with you guys. So let's take a look at this real quick. First of all, I got this tweet. I saw it from Legacy Zero, who posted from Procedural Traveler. Both these guys are OG content creators for No Man's Sky. Got a lot of great stuff out there. Follow them if you haven't already. But let's take a look at this tweet. So Hello Games posted an artist wanted ad. Hello Games does not talk to us at all, so we kind of have to dig for information about it. So Hello Games does not tell us what's going on. As far as I know, they don't have a community manager that tells the community what's going on. They have a wonderful community, but it's really player-led and player-driven. The developers just want to do their thing and don't really share anything with us. So those of us who love this game are left to dig through the internet and try to find out whatever we can about what is going on. Well, a lot of us seem to think that because of the way 2021 went with the updates, that kind of felt out of place, and honestly, they felt like they were maybe half-baked. They weren't fully what they had in mind. A lot of us were wondering at the end of last year, what does that mean for the future of No Man's Sky? Are they winding down on it? Are we having a problem with the next gen or the last gen consoles keeping up with the engine that drives it? I know those of you guys who play on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, I hear lots of problems from people with slow load times and issues that are going on with that. So there was a lot of speculation going on about what is really happening with No Man's Sky. Well, we can see by this ad that they are hiring artists to join their team. So the ad reads, "Artists wanted, how do we populate an infinite universe with such varied, awe-inspiring wonders and an art team of 5 to 6 people? Well, partly it's groundbreaking tech, but mostly it's talent. Join us and make your mark on an ever-evolving game." And then you've got links to LinkedIn posts. And then what's interesting to me is this Prisms trailer, because this isn't the most recent update we've had from No Man's Sky. This came out June 2nd of last year. So it's 6 going on 7 months old at this point. But what we saw in Prisms was a complete overhaul. And let's see their words. Prisms begins with its visual overhaul of No Man's Sky. Virtually no part of the game was left untouched. Our small team have enhanced the technology and the art all across the game to make the entire universe more vivid and beautiful than ever. Planet skies, creatures, the weather, space stations, and more. New technology and new content mean they look the best they've ever been. We can't wait for players to discover the changes. While exploring the planet, you'll notice new weather effects such as rain, which refracts the light and surfaces that become slick when wet. Or if you venture underground, you'll find caves with new lighting effects and more detailed environments and a greater variety of generation. And myself and a lot of other people dove back into the game with a fresh set of eyes and wonder, because it really was a lot more beautiful than what we had become accustomed to up to that point. They did this in October of 2020 with the Origins update, adding a lot more visual enhancements. So you can see that they want to make the game look better, and they want to make it feel, I think, more alive. And so they're adding new artists right now with this post, and what that means is that they've got a roadmap that they're working on, and they've got plans to make this game look better. Now, if they're hiring people right now, that means we're not going to see any update on this maybe until the end of 2022. I'm not a developer. I don't know how long it takes, but I imagine it's not pumping them. They're not going to hire them next week and then pump out some stuff the next month, right? It's going to take some time to model and to integrate everything into the game. But what I am hoping that we'll see with this is not just enhancements to current things, but what I really want to see is more models added to the procedural generation, which creates the flora and the fauna and the planets and the ships that we have in No Man's Sky, so that we can just have more and more things to find and discover and look at. If you've played this game for any length of time, you'll know that things look very similar across the solar systems. It really pulls against the immersion in my mind that you go to different planets and the flora and fauna can look very similar. Obviously, they're not going to be exactly the same, but how are you going to have planets in different systems that evolve in the same way? It just doesn't seem right. And so that's one of the complaints that people have about this game, is once you've seen it for a while, you've seen everything. Now, I don't feel that way. I do want to see more. It makes it really much more fun to find a unique planet that has something that you've never seen before, and you just get that wow moment. And I'm hoping that Hello Games is going to create more of that. The other thing I would love to see, and I don't know that this is on the table, this is pure speculation on my part, so don't take this for anything more than that, but we saw with the Emergence Expedition custom worlds with custom creatures in the worms and the worm larva that popped up out of the ground. Those were only in the planets that were put in that expedition. We all thought we might be able to go see those planets, but they're not. If you go outside of expeditions, the planets are not like that. So they, in my mind, they were testing the ability to do custom planets in game and how that would work and how we would interact with that. And I'm hoping that they'll put some Easter eggs out there for us to go find. Maybe some custom made planets that kind of change the rules of what the procedural generation does, just to give us something cool to look for. I would love to see that as well. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you want to see from a visual standpoint in No Man's Sky? Where do you feel like we're going for 2022? How did 2021 leave you? I'm excited. There was a lot of cool updates for me in 2021, but the reality is I felt like they just weren't finished. I feel like they had a whiteboard of 20 things they want to do, and they got 10 of them done. And those 10 maybe were halfway done. You know, the building was great, but I felt like there was more that was going to come with Frontiers that we didn't get to see. Obviously, we've got the station override that's still hanging out there, and if you look in the patch notes and the updates, it says that it's leading to something in Expedition 3, but then it just falls off the map, and they just don't talk about it anymore. So let me know what your thoughts are. How did you guys feel about that? I'd really love to hear from Hello Games a little bit more about what their roadmap looks like. I understand that you don't want to promise things, and I understand that you don't want to oversell things, but I'd love to hear what you would like to see in the game. Where do you see the game going? Or what would you like to do? No promises. This will be, you know, non-binding, whatever. Don't go on every late night show and say it, but just tell us, hey guys, and they've said in as much in the 5-year anniversary that that No Man's Sky is the game that they wanted to make. But does that mean they're done? Or does that mean it's the game we wanted to make, but now that we're standing on this cliff, we can see to the next one and we want to go there? And it feels like we're getting a little bit of both sides of it there. And maybe they don't know. And maybe that's the reality of it, that they don't know. And maybe they've just decided now, and that's why we're seeing the hiring notice. Hello Games, I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more. Sean, if you want to just say, we got the game where I wanted it to be. We've got an overall positive review on Steam now. And I'd love to continue the game, and for this what I would like to see and what I think is possible in the game. Now, will we get to it all? I don't know. Okay, just to give us some idea of, is this a game we want to keep sinking our hopes and dreams into, that it's going to continue to develop? Because one day you're going to stop, and it felt like you were getting close to that in 2021, and maybe I misread that. But just let us know, where do you want to go from here? Here's where we'd like to go. If this happens, then this. If this happens, then this. No promises at all. And I think it would be well received by the community. We would love to hear from you as well. That's my plea to Sean and team there over at Hello Games. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Do you love what you've seen? Do you want to see, what do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? And what do you think about this? What do you think this could be leading to down the road for 2022 in No Man's Sky with the hiring of additional artists for the game? It makes me excited. I can't wait to see what's in store for 2022. I just hate not knowing if, when, or what it's going to be. It makes it really hard as a content creator to plan for my content with so many other great games going on, and the interest in No Man's Sky going up and down, as well as the communication from the company going up and down. So hopefully we'll see more of this. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more information leak out, even if it's cryptic tweets. Give us something to talk about. Guys, thank you so much for what you do, Hello Games, and the work that you've done and for this community. And if you haven't checked out Legacy Zero or Procedural Traveler, as I mentioned, check them out. Great content creators and just folks that love No Man's Sky in general and want to see it continue to thrive, just like myself. So guys, remember, if you're going to be a Bob, have fun with it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Hit that like button as well, and we will see you next time. Remember, if you're going to be a Bob, have fun with it. Oh, and if you're going to work at Hello Games, tell us some stuff. Tell us what's going on. Be the leaker. It's okay. I won't tell. I won't tell. You can be anonymous. So just DM me. It'll be fine. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care.